So those are three wonderful words, hope, strength, and empowerment. Whatever the circumstances are, whether you choose to move as an economic class immigrant to Canada, or whether you were forced because of unfortunate displacement situations, you were forced to move to Canada, there is always hope in that process, right? There's always hope that you're coming to a place that will afford you the opportunities that you want, that will give your family a safe space to live in and grow and accomplish new things, right? So hope is synonym to immigration. Strength, everyone needs strength to go through this process. And if you don't have it, you will build it. So ultimately, yes, through the immigration journey, you build or you take out all the strength that you have to be able to do the things that you need to do. And empowerment, I'll tell you the reason I have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with the word empowerment is because it comes from a place of, well, you don't have power, so let me give it to you, right? And the reality is the power is within. Everyone has that power. All we're doing when we say we're empowering women here is we are showing them the way to bring out that power that is within them, right? So yes, love it. We're empowering women. That's great. But really the power is within, and they have the power to do the things that they need to do or want to do.
That describes an immigrant in itself. I think most of us come here with the hopes of being able to have a good life, to feel safe, to provide for our families better opportunities. Like I said, everyone experiences unique challenges and has a different experience based on their pre-immigration story or the challenge they face when they arrive. But that hope is kind of that uniting factor that's always there for newcomers, is that hope that they'll be able to have a enriching life here in Canada. The reason I love working in this field is I am surrounded by people who just have this strength and resilience to want to succeed here. And it's really amazing to see. From my own experience too, I know that what I've gone through and what my family has gone through has given us huge strength as well, and skills that have come with that. And that empowerment is what we seek to do, to help to empower. We never want to say that we empower newcomers. We kind of help with the right tools so they can empower themselves to, become contributing members of society here in Canada and have a successful and enriching life.
So I would say when you come to a new country, right, you have big hopes. Like, I'm creating a new life in a new country, right? And we know, okay, Canada is the land of opportunities, right? And I truly believe it is. And I know for a lot of people, it's been super hard. And I talked to them, I said, it's not easy. I also had my big struggles at the beginning. People said, no, but you're so confident, you're doing so well. I said, oh, yeah, I have my very, very bad times at the beginning. And I still believe it's hard. And sometimes, yeah, you need to do things that you don't want to do, right? But the opportunities are there. You just need to be able to take them, to take that chance and believe in yourself that you can do it. But to do that, right, you sometimes need some support, right? And again, and it comes the empowerment piece, right? You need sometimes, you can do it by yourself, but sometimes you need that support system around you that helps you to build that confidence and feel empowered again, because it's hard. Again, it's hard to start from zero sometimes, right? The expression of a helping hand, right? To give something to someone, that's good, but it's not the solution. The solution is to empower them so they can make it themselves, right? It's giving those tools so you can succeed on you, believing in yourself. And that's the strength piece, right? So you need to have that strength to be able to keep moving forward. So for me, it's like a combination of the three.
Everybody truly has magic, and it is only when they feel they can be themselves, when they've got what they need to express and step into their whole selves, that things and their world, their greater world, their smaller world, their communities will change. And empowerment is so much a part of that, because I think it's really about helping them have the confidence and just the space within them to feel it deep inside, that ability to do what they want to do and need to do, and to take up space in the world. I think women especially, and then you add women that are marginalized in other ways because of being new immigrant women, women of a visible minority, low income, if you've experienced barriers, and then on top of that, you are a woman, we're often asked to take little space. We're expected to be, good listeners, good workers, and not to be able to speak our voice and hold that, and advocate for ourselves. And so I think whatever we can do to help women of all backgrounds and all voices to be able to speak up, that's really where things will get better.
Almost every migration journey starts with hope. Immigrants and refugees dream of a better place for themselves and their families. Bad or poor living conditions in their home countries make them leave. In their journeys, they need strength in the first place to make the decision to go to a different country where they might not know anyone. They also need strength to keep going up the hill. Sometimes conditions are not optimal. They need perseverance in the face of frustrating experiences. Immigration processes might also bring identity challenges. When you're in a different country, you suffer the loss of social ties and roots. You miss your self-confidence and your autonomy. At some point, you may feel worthless. You need to gain power, confidence, and control of your life. You need to grab all the opportunities you can find to re-empower yourself. Then, you can keep going to reach your dreams. The protagonists of Latinas Diary have gone through all kinds of challenges since starting their journeys. The reasons they decided to emigrate are quite diverse and include economic or political hazards in their home countries, poor opportunities for professional development, and concerns about personal or family security. When they left their countries, they had to pack up their lives in a suitcase. In doing so, some of their relationships with friends and family vanished. They travel with a suitcase full of their life experiences and with a mixture of dreams, uncertainty, fears, hope, and strength. During their journeys, they have found frustration, but also opportunity.
Sí, es increíble cómo toda nuestra vida cupo en una maleta. Y da tristeza, porque uno siente todo se me achicó. Esa es la vida del inmigrante, ¿no? Una maletita, ropa y vámonos. Es increíble cómo cabe todo en una maleta. Sueños y esperanzas que se meten también ahí, vámonos y arrancar. Eso es.
Women have opportunities. Old people, seniors have opportunities. Kids have opportunities. Adults have opportunities. It's the land of opportunities. So know that Canada is one of those amazing. There's many countries like that are perfect for immigrants, and Canada is one of those. So I hope people know that and understand that their dreams, the dream of moving here is a good one. It's a good one, regardless of the barriers and regardless of the problems and regardless of discrimination and racism and all these things. Canada is one of the great countries to immigrate to.
Life as an immigrant can be very tough. You try to fit your life in a suitcase, and when you arrive at the place where you want to build your new home, you unfold your suitcase and find out that what you have packed does not seem to be enough. Then you need strength, patience, and perseverance to find out opportunities that help you develop your full potential.
El proceso migratorio tiene diferentes etapas. Entonces, sabes que esta persona también ha pasado el duelo de dejar su casa, el honeymoon que le llaman, de estar enamorada de un país nuevo, con paisajes hermosos, con todo limpio, con que hay una organización, hay una seguridad. Eso es como lo bello, ¿no? De que se enamoran al principio. Después ya le vas viendo las cositas malas que dices tú, ay, pues mi carrera, que la comida, que el clima. Bueno, porque ya te desencantas.
For me, it's been like a very, very huge change in all sense, because also when I came here, my daughter was only 11 months, so that was actually like hard. Like the fact that like becoming a mom changes your life, and then changing country, that's also like a huge thing that honestly, I don't know, it was like difficult, but at the same time, I like challenges. And that's the reason why I decided to do all this change in our lives, because of course the decision that I took, it's directly impacting my family, which is like my husband and my daughter right now.
Migrar es una montaña rusa de emociones, sin lugar a duda. Como uno puede estar feliz, uno puede estar en depresión. Y uno tiene que tener cuidado, o sea, de no estar tanto en las altas y bajas, porque emocionalmente eso te drena. O sea, no tener una estabilidad emocional es muy difícil, ¿verdad? Pero uno lo experimenta en este país porque es migrante, sí o sí. Hay diferentes niveles, diferentes longitudes de tiempo, pero lo experimentas sí o sí como migrante. Para mí, sí lo he llegado a experimentar, no tan al extremo, pero cuando más lo he llegado a experimentar no ha sido por el invierno, ha sido porque yo no podía ejercer mi carrera, porque no podía encontrar profesionalmente un trabajo en el que yo me sintiera plena, que yo ayudara a alguien, hiciera servicio a alguien y no tener un trabajo de un survival job, que le llaman aquí.
Bueno, yo le llamo a esto una montaña rusa de emociones. Es casi como esta entrevista. Tuve momentos de alegría, a veces me dan ganas de llorar y vuelvo y subo y vuelvo y me río. Y así es. Y creo que hace parte de la vida normal de todo migrante. Cuando llego a un país nuevo, entonces todo es nuevo, todo es maravilloso, todo es espectacular. Pero va pasando el tiempo y empiezas a angustiarte. Ahora viene esto, ¿y de dónde voy a hacer esto? ¿Y qué voy a hacer? Y las preocupaciones y las angustias, y empiezas. El estrés, el estrés, el estrés, hasta tal punto donde dices, ¿por qué me vine? ¿Por qué estoy aquí? Mejor me devuelvo. Mejor no quiero más. Mejor miro hacia atrás. Pero cuando es un motor, en mi caso, mis hijos, no, ok, vamos a seguir. Pero es emociones todo el tiempo, o sea, cuando tú te sientes frustrado porque, por ejemplo, en mi caso te dicen, te falta más inglés. Ay, ya lo sé, pero necesito trabajar. O cuando tú sales y de pronto se me acabó la batería de mi celular. Oh, por Dios, ¿y ahora dónde estoy? ¿Para dónde cojo? ¿Qué hago? Pregunte. Pregunte y espere respuesta y que logres entender la respuesta. Entonces es emociones para arriba y para abajo, o sea, todo el tiempo. Tú llegas y ves los colores, ves las flores. En mi video, una parte que yo amo y es ver los colores de todas las flores y verlo te da ánimo, te da vigor, te da, wow, alegría. Pero ver el cielo oscuro y todo gris y blanco, oh no, es difícil. Pero cuando tú ves algo aquí como tan bonito, que es el efecto Chinook, y ver ese cielo azul y ese sol que tú dices, uy, está para broncearse, pero realmente está para congelarse. Tú dices, no importa. O sea, ver el cielo azul y el sol, ya, no tiene precio. Yo creo que esa es la alegría más grande del clima aquí y del lugar de acá. Creo que esta es la ciudad por todo y por todo. Y ver el cielo azul para mí es vital. Así yo esté detrás de una ventana.
Riding that roller coaster can be hard. You need to remember why you decided to emigrate. Why did you leave your country? You need to recover the hope that led you to that decision in the first place. When you remember your dreams and the decisions you made, then you can keep going.
So it was a desire to see the world, to see other things. And I was well positioned in Colombia. I was engineer. I was working as an engineer. But the compensation versus what I had to do was very not equal. And I said to myself, it has to be something else. There has to be somewhere something else. And because Canada came with this program, I said, okay, let's gonna try that. But at that time, I was exposed to many things that the conflict in Colombia brought. So I saw many things that were very complicated for a 21-year-old. And, those things that sometimes seem so far away when you are in a country like Canada. I was there, like living through them. So at the time I was working in reconstruction of bridges, because the FARC or ELN in Colombia, the armed groups that are outside of, we call them the guerrillas. They were making kind of a war. They have always been in a war with everyone. And they were putting bombs and then, making destruction on infrastructure. So I worked in several projects that were for reconstructing those facilities or those bridges or those highways, and some of the times the conditions were very, for the people, the local people, I mean, very terrible. So seeing all that, I thought to myself, okay, there has to be something else.
A raíz de mi liderazgo en el lugar donde yo me encontraba en Colombia, empezaron a surgir ciertas incomodidades a personas que no querían que ese lugar creciera ni avanzara. Y empiezan a correr voces de amenazas, a correr voces de peligros y cuidados, y más con mi familia. Y empecé yo a hacer esas voces de esas personas vulnerables y ante gobernadores, ante gobierno, ante la entidad pública, y empezó a incomodar. Y cuando lamentablemente empieza a incomodar algo, empiezan a quitarlo como sea, no importando familia, no importando dolor, no importando nada. Cosas tenaces, pero que finalmente pues no se sintió la seguridad que se quería y hubo que tomar una decisión radical.
Nosotros tomamos la decisión de emigrar cuando vimos que los 2 salarios pues no daban y no había forma que económicamente hubiésemos podido surgir. Fue como que dijimos, bueno, nada, hay que tomar una decisión. Yo siempre también tenía muy presente el tema de, no sé si quería formar familia en Venezuela, ya por toda la situación que rodeaba a Venezuela, la inseguridad. Yo misma fui víctima de inseguridad, el tema económico, el tema social, o sea, ya todo lo que se estaba gestando en Venezuela, yo no me sentía como segura de, ¿sabes? Quiero hacer familia aquí. Pues no me veía en verdad siendo mamá y formando familia.
Evidentemente, vivir en un país desarrollado, tienes más comodidades, tienes más tranquilidad, tienes más oportunidades. Mi hijo, sobre todo, que es jovencito, tiene muchas oportunidades acá de tener una vida mejor que la que podíamos tener en Cuba.
The reason that I am here is because my husband had the opportunity to be relocated with the company from Argentina to here, so we decided to move on and embrace this opportunity for us, just to live the experience in another country.
When you encounter obstacles in your home country that prevent you from achieving a better life, you think, as Monica said, there must be something else, something different. Then, you start looking for opportunities elsewhere. At some point, as the protagonists, you find Canada as one of the best options to immigrate, and Calgary as a place to start a new life.
I like the diversity. Obviously, I like the security. So many places right now on Earth that are unsafe. I like the opportunities. So here, if you really want something, you can make it. It's as long as you have the desire and you work for it, you can make it.
Nunca investigamos sobre el país, nunca nada, simplemente nos llamó la atención lo fácil que era poder hacer el proceso migratorio si obviamente cuentas con los recursos económicos. Lo que pasa es que la ruta de estudiante es costosa. Entonces, bueno, es un tema de tomar decisiones, ¿no? No queríamos elegir un país como Estados Unidos que no tienes como esa estabilidad en cuanto a proceso migratorio. Yo siempre estuve muy clara que yo no quería estar como de legal como estás en Estados Unidos, que no, estás legal adentro, pero no puedes salir del país hasta que no sé en cuánto tiempo, para unos puede ser corto, para otros puede ser largo, y yo por ahí no quería, o sea, yo estaba segura que no.
We chose Canada because we were looking for a place that could be also a place where we could live, okay, after I finished my studies. So even though we hadn't decided yet if we wanted to immigrate permanently to Canada, we knew that was a possibility.
Es una ciudad muy bonita, está cerca de las montañas, hay muchas actividades, es una ciudad muy verde, hay parques en cada vecindario, la educación también están las universidades más importantes de Canadá aquí, y también por el trabajo de mi esposo, él tenía la posibilidad de trabajar aquí. Entonces, como fue mi primera ciudad que yo visité a nivel de Canadá, pues yo me enamoré de Calgary. Entonces siempre como que mi corazón ha estado aquí, todo mi proceso migratorio yo lo realicé aquí, mi primer dirección canadiense fue aquí. Entonces como que aunque yo he estado en diferentes ciudades, Calgary siempre ha sido como mi núcleo, así el lugar donde siempre regresábamos.
Me gustan las bibliotecas, me gustan los museos. Yo creo que es una experiencia particular entrar en un museo en Canadá y aquí en Calgary, en Alberta de manera general. Los museos son interactivos, los museos te enseñan, los museos no son exposiciones frías ahí, independientemente de todo lo frío que hay en el país, el museo es interactivo, tú puedes interactuar con la muestra, tú puedes disfrutarla, tú puedes conocer. A mí me encantan los museos en Canadá, me encantan, ¿eh? Me encantan las montañas de Banff, es una cosa espectacular, la grandeza que tiene, esa roca, esa combinación con cascadas cayendo, esa naturaleza viva, esos lagos con un azul intenso. Es bello, realmente es para disfrutar. Todo eso me encanta, la naturaleza de las montañas, los bosques. A mí no me gustan mucho esos pinos en el invierno, pero gracias a ellos tú no ves todo blanco, ellos se mantienen verdes en el invierno. Es lo que te cambia un poco el paisaje ese todo agreste, las plantas, porque hay muchas plantas que se quedan sin hoja, pero los pinos están ahí fuertes, majestuosos, bellos, ¿no? A mí en el verano los veo feos porque hay toda la otra combinación de flores y plantas diferentes, pero en el invierno es que lo único que tú ves así verdecito que te alegra un poco más la existencia, porque además esas son las cosas que me gustan, las cosas que me gustan. La naturaleza es espectacular, los paisajes, los museos, las bibliotecas, sí.
As we have seen with the stories of Ana, Carmen, Francis, Gaby, Grisel, Monica, Paola, and Patricia, the immigration journey starts with hope and involves a formula that requires strength to keep moving forward. Another necessary ingredient in that formula is empowerment. In the next episodes, we will follow the learning and relearning processes that are part of the pathway of getting back or finding your power. We will see how our protagonists have adapted, learned, and gained confidence and autonomy to achieve their goals.